Hey everyone, this is Keri TV. If you haven't seen this channel before, this is all the ins, outs, ups, downs, latest trends, hottest deals for buying, selling, and investing in real estate in Los Angeles. Every week we bring new information and the inside track to get you the best deals and the most for your home and the best investments in Los Angeles. So subscribe below and stay tuned. What's a backup offer? What does it mean to be in backup position? Backup number one, backup number two? What does accepting backups mean? You know, we see all these terms thrown around online, and as real estate agents, we see them, we know them, we speak of them, but the common public, the people don't always know exactly what it means. So let me talk a little bit about what it means to be in backup position. There have been several times in my career, including this one property in Brentwood, that I was able to close escrow after being backup number one. So what happens is when you have multiple offers on a property, the seller is able to choose their highest and best in whichever way they want to do that. It could not be the highest offer, but it just has the terms that they like. Then they can elect to offer a backup position to another buyer. That means that if that current buyer, the one that's accepted, cancels escrow, it automatically moves to the backup buyer. So you then have an accepted contract with another buyer. This, of course, means that the first buyer's contract is canceled. So the benefit to this as a buyer, as backup buyer, means that if the current buyer cancels, it doesn't go back on the active MLS and it doesn't go back into another bidding war. Now, as a buyer in backup position, there's two options, but the most common option is not putting your deposit in escrow, not doing your inspections, not doing your appraisal. All you're doing is securing the spot. No money is transferred, no money is spent, no inspections are done. Same with the seller. No obligation to them except to open a new escrow if that current buyer were to cancel. Now, there's usually a time frame on the backup offer. Well, there's always a time frame. People do 2 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes a little longer. There's no commitments to you as the buyer in backup position because you can send in a cancellation at any time. Can you be backup on more than one property? Yep, you can. You can be backup on 10 properties if you wanted to. As I mentioned, most of the time you do not put a deposit in or do your inspections. There is an option to do that, but I've honestly never seen that happen. So I would always encourage you to be a backup offer. You never know what will happen next. I've had a situation where I've had buyers in backup position at a higher price by $100,000 than the current buyer in escrow. Are there any downsides to being a backup offer? I would say no. The only thing is sometimes they tend to use the backup offer a little bit as ammunition in their current escrow. So if their buyer is asking for credits or being unreasonable, they can lean on that backup buyer, or they're still interested, they don't care, they've seen the reports, they don't want any credits, which is probably not true. They'll probably get into escrow and ask for credits, as buyers always do. So you can kind of understand how they can use it as leverage to keep their buyer in, but at the same time, that's never enough of a reason to not be backup, because either that buyer in escrow is going to perform or they're not. So being in backup position is, in my opinion, is always a good idea. As a seller, should you accept a backup position in a really hot market, you may not need to. It's nice to, but I would say if you put it back on the market, you could easily get offers again. Sometimes that buyer's already found another property in the meantime anyways, but in this market, it's a little harder. So that's some quick tips on backup offers, why they're good, why they're happening. So when you're seeing accepting backup online on all those websites, now you know what it means for sure. If you have any other questions specifically, we're always here to help. Cheers, guys. See you next week.